Okay. Okay, so what I'm going to go over today is just a couple of different things. Number one, I'm going to start with asking you if you have any questions on the material. Some of you have contacted me already if you did not understand a certain concept or a certain case, and I've already kind of discussed it with you over the phone or whatnot, or via email, depending on what worked best. So I did already answer a lot of questions, but if you have a specific question that you want to ask either about the material or the cases, that's fine. I'm also going to tell you about the exam. I want to tell you about the extra credit, attendance, and all that good stuff. That way, because basically next week, a week from today, is your final exam at 6:30. So it's on the syllabus. It's been on the syllabus since the first day of class. So December 16th, which is a week from tonight, is your final exam. It's going to be the same format, but I'm going to talk about that later. So first, let's start with, does anybody have any questions about material, concepts that they did not understand that they would like me to go over?
Geller versus Geller.
Okay, tell me what you understood from it or what your specific question is, and I will be more than happy to discuss
So
it.
I guess I just want to make sure I'm understanding it correctly.
Okay.
In a non-public company, they can allow board representation and management to be dispersed however they want. Basically, is that
As
the
long as it's
general
written in
concept?
the contract, yeah.
Yeah.
So as
Okay.
long as you have parties that agree to how they're going to do the management, how they're going to have the company kind of um, act in a certain way, then they're certainly up to doing that. Why? Because the courts don't want to interfere in contractual negotiations between adult competent cooperative people. So if you have two parties or two entities, three, four, whatever the number is, they decide how they want their business to run. So they enter into a contract. And if it's a closely held, privately held company, then the terms of those contracts are going to govern, because it's, especially with Gawler versus Gawler, the issue that they were disputing had been anticipated and had been discussed, and they had agreed to doing something in particular. So your analysis is on point.
Okay. Cool. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anybody else? Questions about the material or cases that you read that you were not clear about? Okay, so I'm going to just go into the exam then. So your exam is going to be made up of 20 multiple choice questions and 10 true and false questions. I said this to my Monday evening class. I am going to say it again. This is the easiest final I've ever given in my 5+ years at CSI. Normally, prior to COVID, my exams would have short answers, so questions that you would have to actually like write out the answer to. And for the final exam, it was 18 of those short answers. So it was a lot of questions. You'd have to know stuff, right? It wasn't a guessing game. You'd actually have to know things that you could answer. So I'm not doing that. I it's not easy for me to do electronically using this medium. So it's 20 multiple choice. Each question on the multiple choice is worth 4 points each. So 20 times 4, that's 80 points. And the true and false is worth 2 points each. So 10 times 2 is 20. So you have a total of 100. There are no extra points on this exam. There's no bonus points, no extra credit questions. I've already given the extra credit opportunity. The deadline has passed. So if you've submitted it, great. I've marked it and I've replied back to you. If not, this is basically it. Is it cumulative? No, it is not cumulative. So your final exam consists of everything from the last exam moving forward, but it's from the last exam moving forward actually starts with chapter 19. I never test on chapter 19, so it's actually from chapter 20 forward. And it's an open book exam. So when you get the questions, you're going to have the opportunity to look at your notes, and kind of answer it. You're going to have 3 full hours. So it starts at 6:30. It must be concluded by 9:30. You have one shot to do this. Do not hit submit unless you're ready to submit your exam. I'm not technologically advanced, so I don't know how to go back to your particular exam and make you continue it if you email me saying you had a problem. By now, you should have all become very familiar with the way exams are done. Um, Yes, from chapter 20 on to the end. If you look at the syllabus, chapter 20, take it to the end, and that's what's going to be covered on the exam. So it's a multitude of different topics. So make sure you read the question correctly. Okay, there are some things if I have them bolded or underlined, you know, you focus on that. Um, and that's pretty much it. The exam is worth 30% of your grade, and this should not be new. You shouldn't be like, oh my god, why? Because it's been on the syllabus and I've talked about it basically since the beginning of the semester. So each of your 3 exams is worth 30 points each. Your attendance, which I'm looking at this particular class, the attendance is not due until the end of the semester, which is for you, it's next week. It's the day of the final exam. As far as I'm concerned, that's your last day of the semester. So if I don't have let me say this clearly. So if you're not paying attention, pay attention right now. If you do not email me your attendance, the secret phrases, the questions to the answers to the questions I have asked by next week, a week from tonight, you're going to get a 0, and that's going to be calculated as 10% of your grade. So again, I have spoken about the secret phrases every single class this entire semester. If you don't know what a secret phrase is, do not embarrass yourself by asking it right now. That's just going to be embarrassing for you because I've spoken about that every single class. So let me see here how many. I would say about half. More than half of you have already emailed me your secret phrases, and I've replied back with your grade on that. So a lot of you've gotten hundreds, which is a great way. Um, Yes. If you sent me like 9 or 8, I would reply back and say, "Hey, listen, I'm gonna give you a secret phrase tonight. Do you want to wait until tonight? That way you can get the extra 10 points. So wait, I am gonna say it at some point. And then you can add it, and then when you resend it back to me, give me the entire 10 so I can kind of just look at it. If you have 11, send me the 11. I'll give you extra points for that. But that's 10% of your grade. Easy way to get 100, which is going to boost up if you didn't do so good on your exams. I also gave out the extra credit opportunity. The deadline has passed, so do not email me. I'm not going to accept any extra credit at this point. So if you want to kind of stay or ask me during class now if I've received your attendance and your extra credit, you certainly can. I don't mind. I have my spreadsheet open. I'm not inputting that information on Blackboard. I have a separate spreadsheet that I use, and I kind of just input it that way. What else do I want to tell you about the exam? Um, a lot of it is I think a lot of the questions are concepts that you have to understand. It's not like you're going to be able to Google it. You're not going to be able to Google a question and get the answer off the internet. I don't use I make up my own exams. I've been making them up since I started. So you shouldn't be able to find anything on the internet unless somebody screenshot it or something. Um that's that. Austin, have you received my attendance? Hold on, Austin. I do not have a grade for you, Austin, so let me check my phone because I have 3 separate email addresses and I let me see if I have it here. Austin. I see one email saying that I did receive it, but I don't actually see it in my thing here. So if you can just forward it to me again, do the attendance again, and then do it to my Beckett. Can you tell us if you received? Okay. Do you want me to tell you each? Okay. So Okay. Can you tell us if you received our email for attendance? So I'm gonna do you since you asked. Let me see here. Yes, I got yours, Danielle, and I. Do you want me to tell you what you got right now, like in public? I did get it. No, it's okay. Okay. So I did receive yours. Austin, you're gonna send me yours again. Okay. Anybody else? I mean, you can like you can like speak if you want to, or like show the video. For those of you who have done the extra credit, one of you actually emailed saying that this was the hardest thing. Thank you. I see a human being. Woohoo! It's nice to see you, sir. Thank you. So one of you who did the extra credit said, and I don't remember if it was this class or the other class, and this was the hardest thing because you're talking to a screen that's not talking back to you. That's what I'm doing every single week. Why? Because nobody is talking. Thank you. Thank you, Maury. Nice to see you as well. Great. It's like human beings. Everyone say hi to Christopher. Christopher, you can say hi. Hi. That's my little one.
Hey,
So
Christopher.
said hey. So yeah, so that's basically okay. So that's why I do the pre-recorded in the middle of the night, and that's Simon. So he's also saying hello. So if you have any questions about the exam, obviously I'm not going to answer any questions like, give me a specific question that's on the exam. But if you have anything, because I want to say that I finished it like a couple of days ago, so it's sort of fresh in my brain, not that much because 48 hours have passed and that's a long time. But if you have any questions about content, um, then you can go ahead and ask. This is it. This is your last opportunity. So, I mean, if you want to ask me something privately, you can always email me. I have responded at all hours of the evening. So, anyone, anything. Yes, Renique. The exam is 20 multiple choice, A, B, C, D, and 10 true false. The multiple choice is worth 4 points each, and the true and false is worth 2 points each for a total of 100. You're welcome. Also, I believe I've mentioned this first class. I'm going to say it again. I do not change my grades once I'm inputted in. So if you don't know look at the syllabus. It's on the syllabus. It's 1 week from today. 1 week from today at 6:30. So I don't change grades. I have a spreadsheet. I put in what you got your first exam. I put in what you got your second exam. I put in what your third exam. If you did the extra credit, I take that into consideration, your 10% for attendance, and it gives me a number. I look at the syllabus, find that range, and that's your grade. So if you are not sure how you are doing in the class, or you don't know what to anticipate, you can certainly email me ahead of time. But if you get a D and you really needed a C, because I don't know what to tell you, then you should have studied harder. Because I send this spreadsheet to the world of CSI. So they actually get the spreadsheet and then they have that so they can kind of see. It's not a big secret. There's nothing strange or mysterious about it. It's kind of like these are the numbers. As a matter of fact, I don't even do the math on like a piece of paper or anything. I have formulas. So I just input it in and it spits it back out. Okay, good. So yeah, so now so you know that. Okay, Austin, I got it. Okay. So any other questions? Anyone before I give you my speech to conclude the semester? Anyone at all? Okay, great. It's always lovely to talk to you guys. Um, Let me see here. Do we get any credit for doing the evaluation thing? I don't know what evaluation thing you're talking about. Um,
CSI has been harassing us to evaluate all our professors for the last month.
yeah, no, you don't get any credit because I have no idea who filled it out, what you said, or anything like that. So you're doing goodwill for the world of CSI, and that's really kind of all I can tell you. I had given extra credit opportunity, like first exam and second exam already had extra credit built in, and I gave the extra credit. So I get to just sit here and watch. Like, I watched the ones who did it. It was like 5 minutes each of you guys talking about cases. So that's what we did. If you'd like to speak to me after class, sure. Email me, and then we can kind of pick a time that would work for both of us, and we could certainly chat. So, anybody have anything else constructive to say? Anyone? Okay. So, this has been interesting. I do not enjoy teaching looking at a screen. It's not how I operate best. I hope you learned something, anything at all that you may actually find useful in real life. And as you grow and you encounter different situations, maybe you'll think of me. Today, just today, I called an attorney's office about a case, and she was not able to get on the phone, but her paralegal picked up. So I gave the whole message, and then he was like, "Okay, can I get your name?" And I said, "Irene Beckett." He's like, "You were my professor at CSI." He's like, "I went to law school. I just graduated. I'm waiting to take the bar exam." And I was like, "The name sounds so familiar." He was in one of my first classes that I ever taught. And he said that this class kind of sparked the interest in law. And that's what I love to hear. I've many students from CSI have gone on to law school, and I've kept in touch with, because believe it or not, this is not the purpose of this class was not just to kind of teach you about cases, but it was to teach you how to think a little bit outside the box, that not everything is just, black or white. There's a lot of gray in between, and you have to think and you have to analyze. So, if anything, I hope you learned something that you can apply in your real life. And what I want to also leave with you is, it's so important to get involved in your community, in just give back and do good around you. If you're in college, you have some kind of mental, awareness, right? You're no dummies. You're in college, and you can do things to change the world around you. If there's something that you feel strongly or passionately about, do something. I came to this country and I was 7 years old. My parents worked two jobs each. They weren't around. I didn't have anybody to ask anything of. I kind of learned things, by being a hustler and learning and kind of being out there and networking, and you should do the same. There's so many opportunities for you. If you're ever interested in law school, reach out. Unfortunately, I can't run the internship program I have at the court now because of COVID, but I run the largest undergraduate internship program in the court system. Okay. Not only on Staten Island, but I think it even goes outside, because it's a structured program that nobody has. Nobody really pays attention to the undergrads, right? The focus is on law students. But if you have a real interest, reach out to me. As long as you got a B plus or a higher in this class, then reach out to me. And you have free time. You have free time. You're all sitting at home, right? You're sitting at home. What are you doing? Nobody's going anywhere. Nobody's going on vacation. Nobody's doing anything fun. So get involved. There's a lot of charitable organizations right now that need help. I was on the board of Meals on Wheels for a number of years, and I recently take my little boys now, and we go and volunteer. We give out meals. We go collect them from the Meals on Wheels office, and we go give them out to the elderly people that don't have anybody. So it's something. It takes maybe an hour of your time any day or night that you're available. It has to be in the morning because they got to eat. You can't go at midnight and expect them to wait for you for breakfast and lunch, but you get the idea. Project Hospitality, there's a lot of places that you can help. And also, get involved in politics. I don't care your political affiliation. Get involved in a political party. Go do something. Go volunteer. Be part of the problem. Don't be part of the problem. Be part of the solution, right? Everybody complains about everything that's going on around them. What are you actually doing? Do something because you can. The other day, I was trying to close the closet, big closet door, right? But there's a piece of the kids' coats that were stuck in between. That tiny little piece of coat did not allow me to close that big closet door. Imagine what you can do. You're bigger than that tiny little piece of coat, right? So there's a lot you can do and accomplish in life. So with that said, I wish you the best of luck in life. If you have any constructive comments to make about the class for how I can improve it for next semester, because next semester is also going to be internet based and like this, reach out to me, but after I've given you your grade, right? Because I don't want you to email me how wonderful you thought this class was, thinking it's going to butter me up, that I'm going to give you a better grade. It won't, because I'm going to give the same grade you deserve. So if you have constructive comments on the improvement of this class, after the end of the semester, reach out to me and let me know. Just send me an email with whatever it is that you think would improve the quality of learning and how students learn best. Okay?
Yep.
Will
Okay,
do.
great.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Thank
much,
you.
everyone. Have a great night and a great rest of your semester.
Thank you,
You too. It
Professor.
really
It
was
was
a
a
pleasure,
pleasure.
Professor.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Have
Good
a good night,
night.
everyone. Good night.
Night.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Good night. Good night. Oh, wait.
Wait, Professor,
Yes.
did you say this the secret phrase?
I forgot.
I didn't hear it. Yeah.
I did forget. So you know what? I will say it now. You are, you are. The secret phrase for tonight is coffee makes the world go round. Coffee makes the world go round. Let me see here. So, the people that were on this call, I'll be able to track. So if they ask me for it, I can give it. So again, coffee makes the world go round. If you needed it, let me do Danielle. Okay. Okay. Anything else? Anyone? No? No? Okay. Renique, if you want to stay on, if you want to be the last one and then speak, that's fine.
Yeah, hi, Professor.
Hello.
Yeah, I wanted to know, like, is like all the extra credits still up on there, or like
You
you give
missed
it
it. It's finished. Like the deadline was December 7th.
all of them?
It was due by December 7th. Like it was going to be videos that you would have to do and you would have to send me by midnight on December 7th.
Okay,
Okay.
all right. I wanted to know because basically I haven't really been doing the work, so I already know like how my grade is looking. So like, am I gonna have you again next semester, or like they're gonna give me another teacher? You're not sure.
I don't know. I mean, I think you register for whatever that I think that's how it works. You register for whatever, class you want. I know
Mhm.
I'm teaching 2 nights next semester, but there's other professors that teach business law.
Mhm.
Let me just stop recording. Hold on.